Hey YouTube, what's up? It is dusk. I realize some of you are snickering right now, more than likely. Yeah, yes, I shaved, but any bloody way. On to the topic of this video. Multi-civs, Clash of the Duel Masters. First, I'm just getting my complaining out of the way. Which is the coast? Come on, dudes. I realize there's only like a 2-month gap in between Dragon Strike Furnace and this set, but come on, give us some information on the cards. You're giving us 120 cards for crying out loud. We should have had something already. There's only a month left. Anyway, on to the point of the discussion. On the Kaijudo Dojo part of Facebook, a buddy of mine from locals, Yusuf, had posted a question that I proposed to the group just a few days ago. The question reads out, so for when the new set comes out, let's say you play a mono deck and you play Multiciv creatures and you charge one into your mana. Then you have a card like, assuming this deck has all water cards, Reef Gladiator. And just for the sake of the assumption, let's say the deck has all straight out water and multicivs that include water. If you play, I don't know, Gribblus the Gatherer, does Reef Gladiator's ability still kick in? And I actually appreciate him for posting that question of mine up on Facebook. We actually got some pretty nice feedback. I'll be happy to share it as the video goes on. My logic when I propose this question basically follows the logic of a response from Joshua Tovel on Facebook, where, I mean, come on, here's Reef Gladiator right here. It reads, well, all cards in your mana zone are water cards, ... which technically they are, despite one being both water and darkness affiliated. Each card in your mana zone is a water card. My interpretation would be that you still receive the bonus. I could be perfectly wrong, however. Now, he could be, I could be. This was the logic I had when I asked this question. Now, granted, you guys already know I would prefer to do this with nature, but right now we only got 5 cards that do anything special when all your mana are of a specific element, and, well, Reef Gladiator, in my opinion, is the better of them, shy of the Mono Fire Rush, but then that deck wouldn't really allow for these multi-civs that much, would it? Anyway, yeah, that's my question. If I put a deck of nothing but Mono-civ cards that are of the same civilization and multi-civ cards that include that one civilization, if I have an effect like Heart of Insert Element here, does it still work when I put in the multi-civ card? In my theory, it should work, and this, in addition to the fact that with the new mana ruling of Kaijudo as opposed to Duel Masters, the moment you put in a multi-civ card, like say turn 1, you unlock 2 civs at once, this will probably make multi-civs dominate the game for a very good while, if not for the remainder of the game. Provided Wizards of the Coast doesn't bring out some crazy mechanics that I haven't even thought of or heard of yet. But yeah, that's something that we will need to know. Especially since of the, I'm guessing 10 super rares for Clash of the Duel Masters, 5 of them are, as we know, probably going to be multi-civs. The other 5 are, well, this is just my guess, but likely to be the Civilization Monarchs, which would be single civilization cards. But because they're the Monarchs, wouldn't it only make sense if those guys had effects that would make them ridiculously broken and therefore powerful enough to truly be the monarch of that civilization if each of your mana matched its civilization? And as I recall, the multi-civ cards are supposed to represent both civilizations. Now, again, going back to Reef Gladiator, it says while all cards in your mana zone are water cards. It does not say as long as you do not have any cards in your mana zone but water. So if we keep getting effects like that, then correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but this theory should work. We should be able to come up with some really awesome decks. I mean, the format is going to be the current format will be nothing come May. Nothing. Another example, and this will make him even more abused by me, is Orion Radiant Fury, who says, you may put any, when he's banished of course, you may look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put any number of non-evolution light creatures from them into the battle zone. Okay. If you're running multi-civs with light in the deck, this is quite broken. Especially when you consider a multi-civ from the old game. I'm about to show you guys in a minute or two. But yeah. Some devastating stuff. I mean, that alone would make his own effect guarantee his protection from Terror Pit and all that other stuff, because no one in their right mind would let, as powerful as we're expecting these multi-civs to be, that much chaos come out into the board. Now, a couple other responses from the question Yusuf was so kind as to post for me. One of my subscribers who actually seems to give feedback a lot, actually, Matthew Riddle, writes, I actually agree with Joshua Tovel, as do I. The dual civ cards count as both civs in the mana zone, and thus count as water. Yes, they count as darkness or whichever type 2, but Reef Gladiator isn't seeing if all the cards in your mana zone are nothing but water, just that all the cards are water. If Reef Gladiator said, while all cards in your mana zone are only water cards, I'd say it wouldn't work. So, okay, that's already another point towards my theory. Thank you, Matt Rill. I mean, there was quite a bit of naysayers in that list, but I mean, I'm already at like 7-some minutes now. I gotta wrap this up quick. So I can only show like so many people's responses. But yeah, this is information we need to play the game. I mean, there's still the bloody Spellbane ruling is still up in the air to my knowledge. I mean, come on, Wizards of the Coast, give us a legitimate rule book, not a little fold-up paper that just gives little bite-sized Confucius sentences giving us like half an idea how to play, leaving most beginners who never even heard of Duel Masters and pick up their first starter deck to have to go to a person who's already playing the game or play Duel Masters to learn. I've been through this like, what, 5 times now? I'm not kidding. But yeah, give us a legitimate book as soon as we get these multi-civs. Please, in that new Sky Crusher and what's his name, Finbar decks, please give us a rule book in there, not a fold-up paper, a book. Is there anything I need to throw out before I go? Oh yes, this broken idea that I'm absolutely loving, that was put up on the question on Facebook by Mark Multice, I think. Malteus, I'm not too sure. But I really like this idea. It reads, also, playing Seracon and whatever other light water dual cards come out also allows mono light cards to be played. This is a good idea. I like it as long as this is, I'm assuming his response is, of course, provided that our question is accurate. But as I was saying, also mono light cards to be played like Lyra, as long as none of the monos go into mana. Pretty sweet wiggle room for brewing once we see more multis. And I agree. Like the set after Clash of the Duel Masters, we'll probably have so many multis that we only have like 1 to 5 mono civs for, in his scenario, light, and yeah, it's going to be bloody bananas all over the tournament halls by the time I go to the Pennsylvania tournament. That's it. Like I said, check out, please comment below with your thoughts on this inquiry. Like, subscribe, check out my other videos. I'm actually not sure if I'm still looking for a team. To my knowledge, it's still being discussed among the people at my locals. But if not, then, if they say no to the idea of a team, then I am still looking. My Skype is Downtown Dusk with the same profile picture as you see on here. So yes, please hit me up on there if you have a team you would like me, or you would invite me to join, or PM me if you cannot use Skype. And heck, if you have Skype, hit me up. I mean, I've dueled through the Skype before. I wouldn't mind some challenges while I'm at home. I'm kind of sick of only playing during the weekends. It's blowing me that I don't get to play that much. Oh, before I go, one last thing. From the old game, and if we get a similar effect, you bet I'm going to try to incorporate it. Check this guy out. He's called Skyward the Scavenged Vizier, a beast folk / initiate. This is what Beastkin and Enforcers were called in the old game. So, yeah. Great Evo bait as is. Now, there's probably no way we're going to get the exact stats and everything, but if I get something close, it's still pretty dang good. I mean, that's double Evo bait right there. Level 5, no big deal. You're part nature, you're part light, but you're also part nature, so we can get that mana quick. When it goes in the mana, you put it in tap, no big deal. 2,000 power, it's a body. What you're really looking for is this, though. When you put this creature into the battle zone, put the top deck card of your deck into your mana zone, then add the top, meaning the next top card of your deck, into your shields face down. Madness! I want that thing in this game. I so want that thing in this game. You have no idea. Okay, now that I've had my little geek out with that, I will see you guys later. Peace.